What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are back with another Star Wars Hot Toys figure preview video, and today, guys, we are going to be doing the first of 5 announcements that were made by Hot Toys over the last week. If I'm not mistaken, Hot Toys has a special event for all Sith characters from Star Wars, and they have been making a lot of announcements lately. So they did 5 announcements within a span of 24 to 48 hours. The reason I kind of waited a little bit to do this preview video is because I thought they were going to release more characters, but I think for now they seem to kind of stop. Maybe they'll release more in the next upcoming days or weeks, but 5 characters have been released in total. I am going to be doing 1 video per character, so that way we can go over that specific character in detail. So we have Lord Starkiller, which is the figure that we're going to preview today. We have Darth Revan, which I am very excited to get. We are doing we're going to get also 000, which is kind of like C-3PO, a similar figure. We're also doing one of the stormtroopers from Return of the Jedi, and then also Commander Cody, right? So those are the 5 figures that have been announced over the last week by Hot Toys. Today we are doing Lord Starkiller, a figure that I am very excited to get. First and foremost, I do want to confess something really quick. So I have never been a big fan of the video games. I never really have tried them, right? But Lord Starkiller has become a very, very famous character. One that fans have been very excited to finally get announced as a figure by Hot Toys. He was obviously played by Sam Witwer, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, who also played Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, right? Such a legendary actor in the Star Wars world, Sam Witwer. So again, he plays Lord Starkiller in the video game, and again, he was recently announced by Hot Toys. If I'm not mistaken, there are 2 different versions for him, which I don't really think there's any difference. So the exclusive edition, the only thing that it has is this commemorative coin, which, I mean, with all due respect, maybe you guys will get offended by what I'm about to say, but to me, this coin really doesn't matter. Sure, I'll go ahead and get the exclusive version just because it's the same price, so there really isn't a difference. As you guys can see, here is the pricing, and this is the expected ship time for the figure, and he is available in Sideshow Collectibles. I will go ahead and include the link on the description of the video in case you guys want to go ahead and purchase him. He is still available to purchase, but again, we did go ahead and get Lord Starkiller as an announcement. First and foremost, I mean, obviously, I want a good figure. I want to be clear about that. But even, it's not really to me about the figure being great. I'm just happy that we get a Lord Starkiller. I'm so glad that we finally get this character in 1/6 scale. It's been a long time coming, and again, we get him and also Darth Revan, and I'm just so excited to go ahead and get both of those figures. So obviously, as you guys can see, we get a Video Game Masterpiece logo here at the bottom of the screen, because obviously he is from the video games. And again, and I'll be completely honest, I really don't know from what video game he is, because again, as I mentioned before, I've never really played the video games, but I have looked at some of the scenes, some of, like, you know, different videos from him, so that way I can kind of get some familiarity with the character itself. So as you guys can see, we pretty much get his suit in total. It looks absolutely fantastic. The suit itself, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be very similar to Vader's. As you guys can see here, the bodysuit that he carries looks really, really good. The cape itself that he carries does seem to be a little bit ripped. I'm wondering if it's going to have some wiring on it. From the looks of it, it doesn't seem to have it. He does come included with a belt itself that does carry his lightsabers on the side, and also he does come with different pairs of hands. All different pairs of hands do kind of have some type of claws. It makes me kind of think of like Wolverine, right? Where he has claws in his on the tip of his fingers. So that is something very interesting to watch out for. Again, he does come with different pairs of hands, and from the images that I saw, they all are gonna have these claws, right? Just kind of a hindsight of who Starkiller is. He is one of Vader's apprentices. If I'm not mistaken, he was a secret apprentice, but again, unfortunately, I really don't know completely the story of the character, so I really wouldn't know, you know, who was Vader hiding him from, whether it was Palpatine, or were him and Palpatine hiding Starkiller from maybe the Jedi or the Rebels, right? So those are the things that I really don't know much, and I'm really sorry for my lack of knowledge. Either way, I am a big fan of the character itself, so I am definitely grabbing this guy for sure. So as I mentioned before, it does come with this commemorative coin, one side with the Star Wars logo, the other one with the image of the figure itself. I'll be honest with you guys, again, as I mentioned before, really doesn't matter to me, right? But again, there is no extra charge, or extra pricing for getting the coin, so I say might as well just grab it. But looking at the figure itself, he does come with two different lightsabers. Just looking at the way that the lightsabers lighting up, it does seem that Hot Toys is going to use the same way of lighting up the lightsaber as the previous figures that we've been receiving over the last couple of weeks. So they're going to use that USB cable that goes connected, I would assume, to the back of his suit, and then obviously we're going to use that big USB cable that goes connected either to charger or something, so that the lightsabers can be lighting up. But obviously this character does have two lightsabers, one on each hand, so I would assume that we are going to get different styles of lightsabers, so that way we are able to go ahead and pose the character in different ways. So he does come with a small display case. Obviously with Star Wars, as you guys know, we really don't get that many detailed display bases with these characters. I want to assume it's because of some legal rights by Lucasfilms. He does come with a crotch grabber, which is pretty much something that we expected, and of course the nameplate is going to be the same as other Star Wars figures as well. Sadly, with this character, there really isn't much that I can provide. Unfortunately, it's just the suit itself, the different display of hands, the lightsabers, and that's pretty much it, right? He doesn't really come with any other accessories. The one accessory that I wish that they would have included would have been a face sculpt of Sam Witwer. That to me would have made this figure a lot better. Again, I feel like we really started appreciating the character a lot whenever we saw Sam's face throughout the video game. And so I wish they would have included his face sculpt on the figure, but again, I want to assume that maybe because of legal rights or something, maybe that's why they didn't include the figure, or maybe just Hot Toys got lazy, right? Who knows? But unfortunately, it does not come with a Sam Witwer face sculpt, right? So we're only gonna get his helmet itself. So we pretty much get his Sith uniform or costume. But pretty much that's all really that I can say about the figure. Again, as I mentioned before, the suit itself, it is very similar to Vader's. He does have his shoulder plates, which I would assume that they're kind of made of, I don't want to say metal, because I feel like we would have gotten the die-cast logo, but I do feel like it is a material that is very close to metal, right? As I mentioned before, the bodysuit does seem to be very similar to Vader's. The boots itself, I am really wondering what the material is going to be made out of. I really am hoping that they don't do their regular pleather, right? I'm hoping that it's a material that is going to last a while, especially because I don't expect another Starkiller to be released anytime soon. I feel like this is kind of like a one-time type of figure that will be released, so I feel like hopefully Hot Toys try to do the best job possible making this figure as good and as I guess as durable as possible. As I always like to mention, this is just a prototype, things are subject to change, although I really don't see anything changing about the figure. I really don't know what they could possibly add onto the actual suit itself. Again, as I mentioned before, I wish they would include Sam's face sculpt, but that's about it. Other than that, you guys, I feel like, would be better judges than I am as far as if this figure does look exactly as he is in the video game. But to me, I really don't have any issues with the suit itself. Again, the claws and things like that, those are that's part of him, so they must include that. The suit itself looks great, and as I mentioned before, right, this is a very special character to the Star Wars franchise. Unfortunately, he is not canon yet, since he hasn't been in any type of video series or movie, only in video games, so he really isn't canon. But still in all, just like Revan, a character that we have come to appreciate a lot, so he is definitely welcome with open arms, and very excited to go ahead and get him. So pretty much all that I can say is that it is a very highly detailed costume design, and something that I really want to go ahead and do is that once I do get the figure, which is going to be obviously next year, I want to make sure that I get as much knowledge as possible from the character, so that way I can do a better comparison to see if the figure is going to look as, if the figure does look as it is in the video game. So I promise you guys that once I do get the figure, I will try to be much more knowledgeable than what I am right now, because again, even though I do know certain things, there are some things that that I'm not too knowledgeable about the character, and again I do apologize about that. But still in all, Starkiller, I am a big fan of his, and I am very excited to go ahead and get this guy. So pretty much just the last image, just showing that everything the character comes with. As I mentioned before, there really isn't anything to him. Again, the commemorative coin, the suit itself, it is very detailed. The lightsaber pieces, different pieces of hands, so it's going to be 5, and I would assume the 2 that come with the figures, so 7 in total. And then the display base, which kind of has a different flooring to it that I haven't seen. So pretty much that's it, right? Unfortunately, not a lot with the character itself, but still in all, I am very excited to go ahead and get this guy. It's been a long time coming since Hot Toys was supposed to release this guy, and as I mentioned before, this is one of 5 announcements that Hot Toys has made over the last couple of days, weeks. My next video, we're gonna go ahead and review Revan, right, which is also a very special character, just like Starkiller. So for now, guys, this is gonna be it for the video. As always, want to thank you for the support on my videos. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting me on a daily basis. I do want to apologize about the lack of content over the last couple of days. I have been working on a very special unboxing that will be posted in the next upcoming days, so stay tuned in for that. As I always like to mention, if it is the first time that you're watching me, feel free to like this video, hit the notifications bell, and also subscribe to my channel, so that way you stay updated with any upcoming video that I will be posting. And if you guys are big fans of Hot Toys, Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, this is the page to be to follow, right? I try to stay as constant as I possibly can. So for those of you guys again that do follow me, thank you so much. You guys are the best. I really appreciate all the support that I receive on a daily basis, right? As always, want to remind you that I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of the video. Feel free to add me there, just so that you guys can also view images that I post of my figures, and at the same time view my daily updates on my YouTube channel and things that I will post in the next upcoming days. So for now, guys, this is going to be it for this Starkiller preview video. Thank you once again, guys, for tuning in today, and I will see you next time.